Hello, hello, hello. Listen, today I have a treat for you guys. I'm going to tell you all 10 people not to date. This is not gender specific. This is any gender. This is just people as a whole. Don't date or don't have a relationship with these people. Not an intimate one anyways. Friends, okay. But relationship as far as intimacy, no, don't do it. I'm going to explain 10 people to leave alone, but I'm going to explain the reasons why. Now, some of this you're not going to agree with, and I get it. I completely get it. But just because in my understanding of how energy works and how people are psychologically and mentally, this is why I said these people. Now, I'm not going to tell you all the basic, a cheater, a liar, don't date somebody who cheats on you. Don't, right, we all know those things, right? We all know those things. But I'm going to tell you, you don't know when somebody's a cheater before you date them. We don't know how much people lie before we date them. So I'm not going to say those things. Those things are obvious, okay? So dating these days is, for many people, is a challenge. It's a huge challenge. And many people don't know how to choose and how to pick a person, whether man or a woman. I'm going to tell you straight up, 10 people not to date. Number 1. Someone who goes home to a separate or to another person every day. Someone who goes home to someone else every day. Do not date that person. That person is living with his baby mama or their baby daddy. That person is married. That person is having a real long-term relationship. That person is going home to another person in that same house. I don't care what the situation is. Leave the person alone. That ain't your business. That's just chaotic. That's just chaos. A lot of times that shows that you are also unavailable. If you mess with that person, you're going to always worry. You're going to always think something is going on. You're never going to be free. You would always think that you are second. You're going to always doubt and question. Don't date somebody who goes home every day to someone else. It is not worth it. You're wasting time. Okay? You're wasting your time. And after 5, 6 years, you realize you ain't going nowhere yet. Leave those folks alone because you don't know what the situation is. And most of the times, they are lying to you anyways about the situation. Number 2, don't date someone who doesn't have self-control. Someone who lacks self-control. Self-control can project itself in many ways. Someone who cheats, someone who can't refuse to do drugs or to, refuse to do certain things. Somebody with no self-control is going to always end up in drama. Always in some situation. Always doing something silly. You can't say no to anything. Always just nonsense. They have no self-control, and when it comes to you, you're going to always feel hurt. You should, for instance, a person who cheats continuously lacks self-control. They don't know how to say no. They can't tell a woman or a man no. They can't tell sex no. They can't say no for nothing at all. Leave people with no self-control alone. Self-control is how you manage this peace and this happiness. And if you don't have self-control, a person is not at peace and a person is not happy because there's no discipline there. An undisciplined person, it's not even worth it. Don't do it. It's too much chaos. And if that's you, fix yourself. Number 3, someone who doesn't take accountability for their behaviors, their actions, their words. Accountability is a huge deal. Somebody who takes accountability owns what they do. And so then they can change or correct it. Someone who refuses to take accountability always blames someone else. They don't see the fault within them. They don't see their own trouble, their own issues, their own flaws. And therefore, they never change. It's never their fault. And so therefore, they're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. And a matter of fact, they might even blame you for the things that they do. They might blame you for how they speak to you. They might blame you for how they disrespect you. It's because you did this. It's because that person will ruin your life. That person will make you suffer. Leave that folk alone. It's not worth it. Number 4, someone who starts arguments and then leave. Someone who starts arguments and then leave. This is a tactic that it's for cheating. It's for them to do whatever they want to do because they are in a energy, they are angry, they're in a mood, and they can start an argument just to leave. If a person starts an argument with you, that's okay. Let them stay right there. Look and see what they are doing. But a person who continuously start arguments and then leave, never trust that person. That person is going to do something else. Especially when he or she starts the argument just to leave. That person is doing something else. Leave the person alone. Number 5, someone who only and always talks trash about their ex-partner, baby daddy, baby mama. Always trash. Nothing good. Always just criticizing them, talking trash about them, belittling them, being disrespectful with their words to them. And, you know, that person right there, when you become their ex, they do the same thing to you. You are not free from that. You're not safe from that. So you got to be careful when it comes to that. I know many times when people talk trash about their ex, sometimes you even start to believe them. You think that their ex is really the problem. Sometimes you think their ex is really the issue, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes they deflect so that they can be the good one. And then later on in the relationship, you begin to realize who was the messed up one. And a lot of times it's them. Somebody who talks trash that much about somebody that they slept with, or they was in love with, or they have a baby with, or have a child with, understand. You're not free from that. They will trash you and trash your name to the next person just the same way. Avoid those people. Avoid them. Number 6, don't date people who has trust issues. Trust issues. People will give you hell if they have trust issues because nothing that you can do will never be enough. They can't check your phone enough. They can't chase you enough. You know, they can't check your messages or your emails enough. They can't check your drawers enough. It's always consistency. And you can't be trustful enough. You can't be truthful enough. They question everything. And you have to keep proving yourself, trying to prove yourself. And it can never work because they have the issue, no matter what you are doing. And sometimes some people spend years trying to prove their trustworthiness to their partner who has trust issues because that person was hurt, that person experienced some cheating in their past relationship, or that person was a cheater themselves. So they think everybody is cheating. So you got to be careful. Some people spend years trying to prove themselves to that person, and they realize ain't nothing that I can do. That person's gonna think how they think, do what they do. Leave people with trust issues alone. Those people's hearts are closed. When you have trust issues, it's because your heart chakra or your heart is closed. There's no trust there. Understand? Don't start with them. You're not going to be, the different one. You're not going to be the exception. Trust me. Because I know some of you think, well, I know you couldn't trust your ex, but I'm the exception. You're never going to be the exception because it's not your problem. It's not you. It's them. So I'm saying no matter what you do, you can never be good enough. Number 7. Someone with nothing to show for all their years they have been on this planet. People, if you don't date people with nothing to show for all these years being on this planet, whether it's education, whether it's finances, whether it's material things, whether it's fitness, whether it's a body, whether it's knowledge, whether it's wisdom, don't date someone who has nothing to show for all these years they've been put here. Because that person has no regard for time. You have been here for 40 years and you can't show nothing for your time. And it's not just, I ain't talking about finances either. You can't show nothing for your time. That means you have been wasting time all these years. So your time spent with me would be nothing. People can waste time with you and be okay with it. And you can't waste time with them because your time is valuable. You can be using your time to do something different. They don't mind wasting their time because that's what they do. So don't date people who have been here for 40, 50 years, 60 years with nothing to show for their time. They ain't like they intelligent. Ain't like they have anything. They don't have. Leave it alone. If their time ain't valuable to them, the time spent with you will be pointless. All right. Number 8. Someone who claimed that they have never been in love. Someone in their 30s and 40s and 50s who talking about they never been in love. And I know many times when somebody tell you that, you know, they never loved before, you kind of get excited. You're like, oh, I'm the first. Oh, you're going to love me. You're going to trust me. You're going to love me. So I guess nobody else was worth your love. I guess nobody else was good enough. It's not the case. Somebody who has never been in love, in that age group, 30, 40, 50, that person has issues. Trust me. They have issues. They have trust issues. They have empathy issues. Matter of fact, most of them jokers are narcissists. It might even be, let me not say most of them. There might even be a narcissist there. Somebody who just resists everything. They complain about it. Don't trust people who say they've never been in love, because you think that you are the exceptions and you are not the exception, because it's not you. It's not about somebody, you know, is not good enough. It's about that person themselves don't know how to. They can't release that love within their heart. It's not there. They don't have it. They don't understand it. They never be in love. It's just not there. And no matter what, no matter how much love you give to them, they don't even see it. They will be like, I don't know. I can't tell. And you be trying your best to give them love. They can't tell because it doesn't exist there. They don't recognize it. They don't know what it is. You are not the exception. They will not love you. I promise you. It's not you. You are not that great. All right? So chill out with your ego. Don't flatter yourself. Leave them people alone. Okay? Because after they finish with you, the next victim is coming. Number 9. Somebody who complains about everything. About life. About what they're doing. About where they're at. What they eat. Their bodies. Their job. They're this. They're that. Somebody, don't date a complainer. A complainer don't know how to fix anything. They don't fix nothing at all. Everything is just messed up. And it's not their fault. It's never... No accountability. A complainer will complain about you to everyone else. They will complain about everyone else to you. It's a continuous misery. Those complainers are never happy. And to date someone who's not happy is just, you can't make somebody happy. And you can't make them peaceful. Don't date complainers. It just don't end well. Number 10, now, this is where it gets confusing, because some of you are going to be like, nope, that don't make no sense. And I get it. And I don't mind if you all said this for this one. If you said this for this one, it's okay. Because I get it. Don't date somebody just like you. I know everybody wants somebody just like them. Date yourself. Might as well be single. Somebody just like you don't teach you anything about you. Somebody like you don't teach you a damn thing about you. It takes somebody who is different. Somebody has a different culture, different energy to make you reflect you so that you can see what you are. Somebody that you really can't accept. See, we want the easy love, the easy connection, when something just connects instantly and easily without any effort. We want effortless stuff, but that's not how life goes. That's not how life goes. Sometimes to best see you is when you see the opposite and you could accept, you can enjoy, you can relate, you can understand, you can love. When you can do that to a complete opposite, somebody who is in their own lane, you have elevated your compassion, your empathy, your mind, and your love. That's why I said don't date somebody just like you. Somebody just like you would piss you off. I promise you, they would piss you off. They would get on your nerve. I wouldn't date somebody just like me. I don't have no desire to. But then again, I know this one is a different one. This one you can reject it. It's fine. We know, don't date somebody who's not at peace. And somebody who's not happy. Somebody who doesn't love themselves. Now, somebody who's not at peace, I wouldn't say don't date them, because some people just don't know how to find that peace within them. And sometimes it helps with a partner. You can assist that person to find their peace. You know, somebody who's not at peace, that doesn't mean that they are rude and wrong and all this stuff. It just means they just have things going on. Someone who doesn't love themselves, many people don't love themselves in that way. But after a while, you get to love yourself. So I wouldn't say don't date people who don't love themselves, but date people date somebody who is aware of themselves on their behaviors and their action. And that would be it. We have to pay attention. We have to open our eyes to see what people are doing. And if you open your eyes and relax and breathe, you can tell what everybody is dropping off. So you can pick it up. Energy can't lie. And if we be with somebody for 6, 7 months, we will know exactly where they fall in these numbers. But some of you see where they fall in these numbers, but we've been together for 4 months. So we should, you know, it's too late now. It's never too late. It's a perfect time. It's never too late. You can't just say, well, it's been 4 months. I've already been with you for 4 months. We already slept together. But you don't trust, you know, you have trust issues and, you know, you have nothing to show for your time. So I guess it's okay because I already, no, don't do that. At any given moment, you have the right to leave the situation when you realize it doesn't make sense. When you realize that it's going to affect you in a negative way. When you realize that that person is not for you. You have every moment, instead of going 15 years and finding the same lesson that you thought 10 years ago. It doesn't make sense. So understand, please. There's no time frame where you have to do your thing by, but understand, learn to be involved without being attached. And when you are involved and not attached, you can always walk away when something just don't make sense. I hope this video helped you. I hope this video helps you on your dating journey. I hope you listen to it. I hope you take my advice because I know what I'm talking about. And if not, you have seen, a matter of fact, what has been your experience when it comes to this stuff? Which one have you dated in these numbers and you realize it didn't make sense? Or were you one of these numbers? Because some of you all are in these numbers. And have you fixed it yet? All right, you all let me know in the comments. I see you guys again in a few hours. Peace. I love you guys.